come on back to. So hopefully your ladies are seeing like what's possible when you create this container. I think one of you, I think Jackie said you like the flow of the experience. Well, I'm very intentional as to why I do the specific things I do in the gathering, and why I start. I have training in creating healing rituals through many of the deeper work I do around purpose-driven work through healing trauma and rewriting ancestral wounding. That's like the deep work. But I use the framework that I learned in that to create the containers in anything I run, because there's something powerful when we know we're in a safe space. There's an intention that this is a safe space. And also not like it's, to me, it's not just safe, but it's a space for you to be who you are. You don't have to feel like you're like super embodied meditation goddess. You don't have to feel like you're put together businesswoman. You get to be who you are, and you set an intention. It's why I start this way. But I wanted to share, because there's so many new people, like a bird's eye view into who I am for a moment, and why I truly love the power of community. So that's when I said the gens, like the gens totally were in my mind. Because solar plexus chakra is about like that creativity, but it's also like it's housing our feminine organs. It's housing our sense of pleasure from everything, from body, mind, up to soul. It's a powerful chakra. It's one of the chakras I tend to work a lot with my clients when they're doing the deeper intensive work. But I bring up the solar plexus chakra a lot, because when we can embody that true creativity, and when women get together and we're really embodied in our own essence, that power of community gets amplified. So when you feel safe to be who you are, with a whole bunch of other women that feel safe to be who they are, it's like that buzziness gets to buzz a little bit more. We get to feed off of each other's energy, and that's that amplification that the world really needs. We have several women here that are like, I want to do my part to change whatever it is, and even if it's in my industry or it's in my community, or if I'm looking globally, we want to see that change. And so getting together in powerful community for me is an integral part. And many of my clients, if you see some of my bios or things, several years ago, nicknamed me Lucille Ball meets the Dalai Lama. So I am Lucy Lama. And I wanted to go into it a little bit different, because when they said that, I was like, oh, yeah, that totally makes sense. They're seeing like that quiet, like that, oh, Tracy sets meditation, she teaches yoga, she does that thing. But then Tracy's a little silly. And she loves to be a little cray cray. And so there's that. But when I dove deeper into it, I realized that there is a deepness to both of those beings and how they help me to embody who I am. One of my favorite quotes of all time is from the Dalai Lama, which says, "The world will be saved by the Western woman." Well, ladies, that's us. If you didn't know, that's us. And so at first I was like, oh, cool, I get to do the saving. And then I was like, oh, crap. It's that hero's journey. If you've never heard of Joseph Campbell, I definitely encourage you to check him out. It's that hero's journey. It's like, okay, I'm ready for the journey. And then it's like, oh, boy. Like, oh, boy. I know, Susan, you said, I got this. I got my intention. And then, oh, boy. And the world can be saved in many ways by the Western woman, but I don't feel like we need to do it alone. And I think if we can embody the power we have and then do it together, things can get done more effectively and efficiently. So for those of you that don't know Lucille Ball, I hope you do, but I Love Lucy, like one of the most watched sitcoms of all times. She was funny. She was silly. She did amazing things. But as so many of you know that maybe have been behind the scenes of my work, you don't know what that powerhouse did behind the scenes. She was the first ever woman producer. Like, she literally told CBS, you will not have a show unless you let my Cuban husband play the part of Ricky Ricardo. We're going to have a multi-race couple on TV. And if you don't like it, I'm not doing the show. So already stepping up for different races, stepping up for somebody that she knows can do the work. She was constantly behind the scenes. She was part owner of the Desilu, and then she ended up taking it taking it over. She was, in essence, that true leader because she saw from the wisdom she has as being a woman, she saw what was possible. Don't so many of you see the big picture? And it's like, well, what the heck do I do with this big picture? And now there's so much more opportunities for women to come together and do it. She did it so much alone. And trailblazers are amazing and they're awe-inspiring. And for many reasons, it was of her detriment. The I Love Lucy show is what kept Lucy and Ricky together because they were constantly doing different things work-wise. And there's a documentary, I Love Lucy, is what caused their marriage to crumble and him to develop severe alcoholism. So I Love Lucy kept them together and broke them apart at the same time. And so when I explore this story of her and then the powerful story of the Dalai Lama of constantly coming back to true presence, finding my peace. I know one of you said peace, moving through the pain, the challenges, the suffering, like moving through it, not ignoring. I see power in both of them. I see the power in coming together and not having to be a solo trailblazer, being who you are unapologetically. And then I see the power of sitting in that sacredness. It's why a lot of things you see that I offer say the word sacred. Holding things as sacred, our pain as sacred, our challenges as sacred, our joy, our family, our work as something that's sacred. If it's important to us, have it be sacred. If it's something we know can bust us through, it's sacred. And so that's what Tracy's Total Wellness is about. And it's where I want to focus my intention on this quality over quantity a little bit more. And I want to just share an invitation for some of you that are new to see what does the Tracy's Total Wellness experience look like, especially at the level of community. So especially at the level of these experiences. Some could be in person, some could be virtual, but I wanted to kind of craft and create something special for Wise Working Women. And if you've been at a Wise Working Women experience, whether virtually or person, or you've been to, Tracy's Total Wellness experience, virtual or in person, or you've been to Wise Working Women over the years and you want to share some things that's opened up for you, I would love for you, as I'm sharing this, to type them in the chat so other people can see the power of community. Whether it's my community or not, it's the power of community. And I'm going to share my slide for just a moment. And these are just some of my heart-centered offers. As we mentioned, I love to come through from the heart first and foremost. And so I look at what can be something I can offer to all of you throughout the rest of this year. And one thing that I know I could offer you is this space to be in community medicine easily. And so come to Wise Working Women for the rest of the year. Enjoy the experience of the community medicine and be with us. Now, the cool thing about how I operate my meetings is it's not your ticket you buy. It's for any Wise Working Woman. So say, for example, you're like, I don't know if maybe June and August I'll make it, so it's not worth me getting this. Is there somebody else in your life that would want to come? Because you get to gift your ticket to somebody. You receive a promo code and you can share that promo code to waive the fee for all of the meetings for any woman that you think wants to step into her wisdom. So it's that simple. You can just come, and I love numbers that are aligned with the angels, the angel numbers. If you notice, today was 2222, which is all about relationships coming together. Well, the number 1 is all about getting what you want, creating, manifesting. And so you'll have a savings of over $70 by joining us for 111 for Wise Working Women in 2023. There you see a special day retreat will be happening on September 7th, where we will actually be gathering for the whole day. There'll be some pleasurable movement. There'll be some deeper meditations around the chakras. We'll probably have like more stories with a panel. We'll have time to take some digital detoxes and do some sacred time with self. So that's a full day. And generally, today was a little amplified because it was the first of the year. We run the Wise Working Women's the rest of the year from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern. So in 2 hours, you get inspired, connected, and align your chakras of business. This is an opportunity, an invitation, and it's open to all of you here, or if you know somebody you want to share it with, or you know someone that might be interested, feel free to share it. Nancy will pop that link, and that link will be your house to everything we're about to offer you the rest of today. So it'll talk about the essential oils I shared. It'll talk about this offer. It's going to house where you're going to see the panelists in a moment. Everything that we're talking about, that private Facebook group, Total Wellness Women, is housed there. So you can find that link, and then that'll access you to the whole gamut of everything today. And you have a week to explore the link, and my offers will expire a week from today. So it gives you time. I'm somebody that sometimes needs to sit and meditate, think about it, and then hit the yes button to go. If you're like, this is a total yes for me now, the link is there, and you're more than happy to click on the link now. And I'm going to give us a moment to kind of sit with this, and also sit with what is the power of community opening up for you. So those that are ready to step in, I'll give you a moment. And those that just want to kind of immerse in that energy of community, I'm going to give us a moment to be there. And I'm going to stop the screen share so I can come back and see your beautiful faces. Wonderful. Krista, I have been to Jamestown. I did the whole Vitamita Vegemin commercial. I know it by heart. So I've been to Jamestown where she's born, and I've been to the museum. Oh, yes, I have. Don't get me started on, hello, friends. You're Vitamita Vegemin girl. Yes. So I'm going to give us a moment to just breathe into this power of community, breathe into that invitation. If it feels like it's going to be in alignment, that link will be here for you the rest of the meeting. That link will be in the email I send if it aligns with you. And that link will house many of the things we're going to explore in a moment, which are our powerhouse panel. For us to kind of take this moment to just immerse and digest the information I shared, immerse and digest into the chakras of business and everything we shared, I want us to just get in our bodies for a moment so we can feel a little more connected and be able to tune into the panel. So if you're in a place where you can stand up. If you want to sit down, feel free. We're just going to take a moment to stand up. We're going to do some tapping. In Chinese medicine, it's called meridian tapping. We're just going to get the energy of our bodies and our nervous systems activated. So you're just going to take a moment to actually tap your back and then tap all the way down the backs of your legs. Make sure you get that booty, ladies. It's been sitting for a while. And then you can tap the bottom of your feet. And then tap up the inside of each leg. And then the outsides of the sides of your legs, like that IT band. And then tapping up the insides of your arms. And then down the outside of your arm. And we're getting our yin and our yang meridians, both activated here. And then giving that chest a little Tarzan tap. This gets your lymph system activated. You have a lot of meridian points right here. And then cupping your hands, begin to cup. Show you here, cup your shoulders. Give yourself a nice little love. And then because we tend to hold a lot here, I want you to wipe it off too. Anything there that doesn't serve you. And then I like to finger tap my whole face. And then my whole head. I like to say it's little angel taps. And then anything you want to do, if you want to shake it out, you want to take deep breaths, anything you want to do before you find your way back to your seat. So we can feel a little refreshed. And what I'm going to do to really connect and feel refreshed is I'm going to grab my peppermint essential oil. That was that clearer. So any sluggishness that I have, so I can be focused for my panel. I'm going to grab an oil, but we're all together before I bring these women up. We'll just take 3 deep breaths together. So wherever you're at, deep inhale. Let it all go. Deep inhale. One more. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. Awesome. So I'm going to bring up an amazing panel now and allow them to share their wisdom, having these deeper conversations. I will encourage you at this point to allow yourself to fully immerse in the experience with either journaling or just tuning on in.